it's Cali. I am so excited and pleased to be bringing you the 7th installment from the Gypsy and the Witch's creative journaling journey. This month's theme was Carnivale, which, if you'll allow me, I'll read you the definition according to the Oxford Dictionary, is a period of public revelry at a regular time each year, typically during the week before Lent in Roman Catholic countries, involving processions, music, dancing, and the use of masquerade, or a traveling amusement show or circus. So you could see that's a lot of fun. And last month's theme was January Gypsy Jubilee, so that led into this wonderful period of masquerade, and it just opened up a whole realm of possibilities of things that we could journal about. So I, in my head, the whole time that I did my page, which I'll share with you, was thinking very specifically of the scene in the movie Labyrinth with David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly at the masquerade ball, and they were dancing, and I just had this whole image in my head. But as per usual, when I started my page, I had no idea where I was going, and I'll share my process with you. If you choose to stick around, I'll show you what I came up with. And I had a lot of fun with this. It's a little bit interactive, if you will. And here we go. Here's the page. So this was last month, and here's this month. And you can see she's at a masquerade ball. And also, what? Hello. Okay, you guys, so if this looks like something you're interested in seeing how I created, please stick around, check it out, and I'll be happy to show you my process. And please, at the end of this, don't forget to check out all the links below. Check out our Gypsy and the Witch Facebook group if you'd like to join along. Please check out my sister, the Gypsy, Miss Rita Marie, and see what she's come up with. And feel free to share your work. We'd love to see what you guys are doing too. Blessed be. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hang out. Okay guys, let's get started. As per usual, have no idea what we're going to do here. I laid down some wax paper to protect our other pages, and I'm going to go in with my Deco Art Media gesso in white, and I'm almost out of this stuff, so I'm going to have to get some more. And I have a big old brush, and we're just going to lay down a foundation here, and we're going to let that dry. And as that's all happening, I'm going to be thinking about, oh, what should I make? So last month's theme was January Gypsy Jubilee, which was a big party. And I think that that just naturally leads into Carnivale, which can be mysterious and masquerade and, you know, costumes and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. I'm going to try to go with some kind of that theme. And we'll see what we come up with here. So I'm just going to lay down this good coat. We're going to let it dry, and I'll see you back here when that's done. Okay? See you in a minute. Okay, guys. Gesso's dry. Still don't know where we're going, so I'm just going to keep laying down some paint. And I took a palette dish, and I have some of these old paints I'm trying to use up right now. So it's just an assortment of Martha Stewart, folk art, apple barrel. They're really like getting down to the end there. So I want to use them up. And I just stuck them here. And I have a bag of little sponges. And I just thought that we'd start laying down some colors using some of these sponges. And I also have some bubble wrap that we might use. I have the white there, so I was thinking of kind of using the bubble wrap. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to do it. I love a good sponge. Always looks cool on the page. And I'm thinking thoughts of Carnivale. And I keep thinking about masks And for some reason, I guess just because I've been looking at images, not so unusual, but the scene in Labyrinth, any Labyrinth fans out there, where David Bowie is dancing with Sarah after she ate the apple and she's at the ball. So that's what I have been thinking a lot about. So we'll see. And just going to kind of go around. So I may use this as a background. I was thinking that I may paint a woman's face or a mask. How unusual, I know. All right, let's go in with some teal now. Again, I historically cover up all my backgrounds, so let's see if we can leave some background showing through today. We'll see. But it's a good way to use up some paint. And I'm not even going to let it really dry in between layers. These paints dry up so quickly that I'm not too worried about it. And you know we got to get some purple in there. So this looks pretty. And I think we'll go over the top. I got to stop saying we. I think I'll go over the top of this with, like I said, some white on some bubble wrap. How unique and exciting. But I'm thinking about dancing, I'm thinking about merriment and music and Mardi Gras, and like all these things are going through my head. Jesters, yeah, outdoor festivals in general. I used to do a lot of that when I was younger. Not so much any, you know, as I still do a lot, but I have calmed down some as I'm aging here. All right, let's go in with a little bubble wrap and see what we get. And that's pretty much, I knew what we would get. Not too much here. Okay, folks. We're going to let this dry as well. And like I said, I may use just some mixed media paper and sketch out a face or a mask. We shall see. But first we're going to let this dry, okay? So I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, guys, this is dry. And I'm really, again, I keep saying I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but I really am not. I cut a piece of mixed media paper the size that we're using here, and I thought I would sketch out a girl. And then I said, well, you know what? Maybe I'll do it directly on here and then go from there. So what's the worst that's going to happen? If it doesn't turn out, then we'll just paint over it, right? So I'm going to go for it, you guys. I'm just going to sketch out her head lightly with pencil here. I don't even know if you guys can see it, but you will once I get it painted. And we're going to give her a long neck and some shoulders. Shoulders are always nice. There, I've committed to it. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to come back in with some gesso again and lay this down. And no, actually, apparently I'm still sketching. I don't know why I need to know, but let's just go with it. Right there, and we'll just give her some eyes. Again, I guess I just need to know where the basic shapes are going to go down here. We'll see if this is successful or not, okay? Her ears. All right, you guys. I've never really done something like this before, so I'm going to get some gesso, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go, guys. I have some gesso, and I've also decided, just roughly have sketched out a mask. I'll, even it up when I can cut it out so it'll be identical on both sides. You guys know how to do this, right? But first I'll have to fit it to her face. So that's where I'm planning on going, and I want it to be a removable mask. I don't know how I'm going to keep it in here, but I think I'm going to attach it to a dowel, and maybe we'll fix it here somehow, or tie a ribbon or something, but I want it to be a little removable. So let's just take some gesso, and I'll be interested to see how this is going to work out. I'm a little excited, actually, and nervous to draw and paint in front of you guys. Yeah. Baby steps, right? So we'll see. I like how the under layer is peeking through. That's kind of cool. And I guess we just cover the whole thing, right? I've never done this, you guys. Never directly painted onto a background. This is a first for me. So you're seeing it here first. And like I said, what's the worst that's going to happen? I know she has an extremely long neck. I get it. I actually think I want her head to be a little bit bigger. Yeah. Wow. Full on frontal face. So, and if her face doesn't come out good, we'll use the mask to cover it up anyway. But what's good, right? It's all relative. The fact that I'm even doing this is good. Okay, so, yeah, what's our next step gonna be? I'm not sure what I'm gonna use to paint her features. Oh, the dilemma. Well, you know what? I'm gonna let this dry, and I'm gonna cut out this mask shape and see what we're working with there. That I'm gonna do very sparkly and glittery and things like that. But yeah, I'm gonna let this gesso dry, and I'll be back with our mask cut out, and we'll paint her face in. See you in a minute. Okay, guys, I've got my palette out again, and I just took these two Anita's and Apple Barrel craft paint. One's in Bermuda beige and the other's light mocha. And I cut out a mask. So I just folded a piece of paper, and I had drawn it. But you fold it because you want it to be the same on both sides if you want. And I kind of shaped it to her face to see where her eyes would be, roughly. Excuse me. And I'm going to attach this little dowel to it. I'll paint the dowel gold, so we'll be able to lift it up. And again, somehow I'm going to attach this. I'm not sure how. And I will be painting this too. I'm going to put a coat of gesso on this as well. And we're really going to glitz it up and glitter it up and make it real fancy. And I may put some ribbons on it. So we'll see. But for now, I'm just going to get started laying down a base coat of this acrylic paint here. And like I said, we'll see where this takes us, you guys. So I'll see you back here after this part is dry. And then I gotta think about what we're gonna do for hair too, huh? Not crazy about this flesh color. I was hoping it would be a little darker, but we'll see. So, whoop, okay, calm down, Cali. I'm kind of leave the whites of her eyes alone. And same thing with her mouth. I'm just kind of roughly. There we go. Okay, guys. I'll see you back here when this is dry, as well as, like I said, we're going to lay down a coat of gesso on the mask as well. And I'll show you what colors I'm thinking of. You know, I'm thinking like Mardi Gras colors, purple and green and gold. But we'll see. I'll finish this up. See you in a second. Okay, guys, I gessoed this, so we have that done, and I gessoed the stick, and I will be gluing this way, but I am going to paint the stick gold first, and I'll show you when that's done what I use on that. I want to use some texture paste on this, I think, so I may do that next, but I'm not really sure. I'm stuck here. I really am not comfortable painting this way, so it's really a challenge for me. And what I've decided instead, I took out my Derwent Inktense, and I have the black or India ink pencil right now, and I'm just going to kind of get her hair down with these, and maybe do some of the features also. I'm not going to be doing this on camera all the way because I'm just not comfortable yet doing this, but I'm going to just kind of lightly lay this down because it is black, and I'm not going to have it totally black, but just kind of get some hair here. So I don't know what she's going to be wearing. And then when I get that down, I'm going to use, I just have a water brush, and I'll be using that to just activate the black. See, and these will dry permanent, so I'm a little more comfortable with the pencil as opposed to the acrylic paint, and this is mixed media, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll get her hair and her features down, and I may put some texture paste on the mask. So see you in a minute. Okay, here's where we're at. I'm not really happy with her, but I could mess with this over and over and over again. In hindsight, I should have done some gesso where her hair is because I had a really hard time. I may go over that again with some markers and things like that, just to kind of fill that in a little bit. I'm not happy with her face. I'm not really a portrait artist, but I'm not going to cut it apart too much because it is what it is. I totally just did all of her coloring with the Derwent pencils, her eyes with the blue and fuchsia for the lips, and then just a combination of blacks and browns for her hair. The mask, I had first thought that I wanted to do texture paste, but it's so small, you know. I am just going to take some of my DecoArt media misters. I'm going to use the shimmer mister and turquoise, and I'm going to spray the whole mask, and then we'll be decorating it with little embellishments and glitter. And I'm also going to paint the dowel gold as well. So I'll see you back here when that is done. See you in just a minute. Boy, a lot happened there, you guys. I apologize for doing all this off camera. I just got in the Zen mode and went with it. So I thought I'd jump in before I finished. Here's our mask, and I think it came out really cool, and I just glued the dowel on it, and I'm going to further embellish it by, I cut a few ribbon pieces, some scraps I had, and I'm just going to use some tacky glue and glue them to the underside on either side, like kind of hanging down, so when she's, hello, you get the idea. So that'll be that. I just made little feathers out of mixed media paper and painted those gold. And I dyed this center feather. Again, I cut it out of the paper. I dyed it with a DecoArt mister. I used this DecoArt Elegant Finish Metallic Paint in Glorious Gold. I love these paints, you guys. They're wonderful. They go on like a dream. They dry, you know, one coat. It's just, they're amazing. I really, really like these. A little goes a long way. So I use that for the nose and the feathers as well as the dowel, which I glued on. Again, good old Aleene's tacky glue. This stuff in E6000, I can't live without. So we have that. And her hair look, I'm still not happy with the girl per se, but I'm going to be happy with it because she is who she is. But I'm a little too critical sometimes, I think. Anyway, I went in over her hair just to give it texture, and it kind of looks like a Spanish mantilla, you know, those lace hair coverings. But I used my Faber-Castell pen in with the brush and just did some swirls. And then also used that for the Harlequin pattern, which is also prevalent during Carnival. You see a lot of that triangular pattern on her dress, as well as these dangles. And I also came in, you know, another can't live without this Uniball Signal pen in white, and just did some doodles hanging there. This wonderful gold border just came to me. I was like, oh, I should use that. I had these kind of fake tattoo things that I got in a clearance bin. They weren't even $1. I think they were $0.25 last time I went to Walmart. And I just took this one, and you just do it like you're going to do it on your skin. You peel off the plastic, put it face down. I took a damp rag, let it sit for about 30 seconds, and peeled off the backing, and there you have it. So if you haven't tried using these kinds of things in your artwork, I suggest it. It's a good, cheap way to get embellishments, and they're really effective. So I was happy with that. I have a tendency to want to keep going and going. I didn't really do a border on the sides, which I like to have a border, but I'm going to leave it. So yeah, and I also decided not to physically fasten the mask to the page. I'm just going to leave it. You know, when we close it up, it'll be in there, and it's not like, you know, Rita's going to be throwing this book around. So I think I'm just going to leave it, and I think it invites you to kind of pick it up and see what's behind the mask. So the next time you see this, this will be done, and I'm going to just seal it with a coat of this Americana acrylic sealer in matte. I don't like anything too shiny. And that will bring out the colors, and we are going to call this beautiful Carnival picture done. So I'll see you when that is done, you guys, and I really hope you enjoyed this process. I like it with the mask on. I just need to work more on my face painting skills with acrylic paint, I think. Again, I shared with you, I'm a lot more comfortable drawing and pencil and pen. But it's just not something that I've learned a lot how to do. So I anticipate the more I do these kind of things, the better I'll be happier with it. But I don't hate it. And yeah, it was fun to create. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you back here when everything's done, and then we'll put some pictures. See you in a minute. I have to say, I'm pretty pleased with the way that this has turned out. I glued on the ribbons here, and I'm really loving this mask. It makes me happy. And I did cut a little slit in the bottom of her shirt here, and we can kind of just put the mask in, and this way it won't be bouncing around and falling out and everything, and she can wear it. Look how mysterious she looks, you guys. Hello, I love it. And I couldn't let that edge go without bordering it with something, so I just took some of my StazOn and jet black and just put it around the edges all the way around. And I gave it a coat of our acrylic sealer. Everything's been sealed. We're good to go. And you guys, I'm going to call this page done. I had a blast making it. I'm going to put some pictures at the end so you can get some good close-ups. Please, 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 make sure you check out my dear friend and sister, Miss Rita Marie's page. I will put her link below. And make sure you guys share your pages as well. If you haven't checked out our group on Facebook, please check it out. We would love to have you join us there. Again, we do a new theme every month, and we encourage you guys to join us in this journey. So, happy Carnival! And I love you guys, and we'll see you next month. So we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.